Indian car buyers have been facing frustration and long waiting periods as delivery delays for their new vehicles are running into months and sometimes up to a year. As per reports, India currently is facing a backlog of over 7 lakh new cars that need to be delivered to buyers. The sudden surge in demand post COVID and shortage of semiconductors are being blamed for these delays. However, it has resulted in a financial hit to both customers and dealers and is also spoiling India's retail therapy. And here are the reasons why.
There is a shortage of almost 7.7 million cars across the world, and it's affected revenues to almost $210 billion. So India is no different. India is facing the same challenges as most countries are, and there is a severe shortage of semiconductors which is affecting supplies to the end customers.
On terms of the supply, you are right. There are very few vendors who have, there are hubs which have for the semiconductor supplies. These include China, Taiwan, Japan, Malaysia, US partly, and Germany. So this is because you require a huge economies of scale for such a plant, and that is why there are limited number of plants across the world for these semiconductors.
As per experts, once a minuscule part of supply chain planning for manufacturers, semiconductors today are a major source of concern. The reason behind this is newer cars have become smarter and more tech-laden. Consumers demand more from their vehicles, and these chips are essential in performing those tasks.
It's also related to things like electronic braking. It's also related to engine management, and it's relating to ABS controllers. It's actually electronics is used now in cars to virtually in almost all functions. So whether it is the type of drive to be chosen, the ECMs which control the basic engine processing, all of them have the electronics built in.
Popular models such as the Mahindra XUV 700 and Thar or Hyundai's Creta and Tata's Punch are seeing waiting periods going into several months and even a year. These delays translate into losses for dealers and higher retail prices for the buyer, as they will pay the price applicable on time of delivery and not what it was during the booking. On average, prices for new cars increased by 6% in 2021.
Once you take a decision of buying something and you buy it, that's okay. But if you delay it, there could be any other reasons which will crop up. Your need of money will come up. So that is where we are fearing that if this position doesn't clarify faster, then the demand will also go down, because the elasticity of waiting or patience is there.
The automobile dealerships are also having the challenges of the pandemic on all of us, because irrespective of the revenues that we are able to generate, there are costs to be met, manpower cost, rental costs. So of course those are challenges that one has to face. These are difficult times for all of us, and we are just hopeful that if as soon as the situation normalizes and we are able to come out of this at the earliest, it will help. Of course, the chip shortage is here to stay for some time, because with all the electronic devices around us becoming smarter, so the requirement for semiconductor chips is ever increasing.
While companies scramble to ramp up production and procure chips, the government recently announced a production-linked incentive scheme worth Rs 76,000 crore aimed at attracting manufacturers of display boards and semiconductors to India. While industry experts laud the government's initiative, they estimate that this move will slowly help the problem of component shortages currently being faced by the industry and consecutively the consumers.
As you've seen the news where it has said that some 7 lakh cars production has been happened. 5 lakh cars production has been happened. So what we can, as an FADA, as an association, we can tell you that we had already lost 2.4 lakh car sale in the past period which has happened. So obviously the 5 lakh car is a data which covers the FY22. Whereas if I talk till November, we have already lost 2.4 lakh car customers today, which comes to around 16,000 crores of retail price. So we are looking at a similar more in, I feel, in another 4 or 5 months, where if things continue and not improve, and the kind of and if we talk on the semiconductor demand and the use, the rate by which we will be shifting towards an electric vehicle, the semiconductor use will also increase. So EVs need more semiconductor than the ICE engine, and a base variant needs less semiconductor than the top model, and the EV needs again double then. So going further, semiconductor will be an important thing for anything under the sun, but obviously for auto also.
In contrast to the delays being faced by Indian buyers due to the shortage, major car brands are all set to launch a slew of new models in India in 2022. Popular brands such as Maruti Suzuki are reported to be planning 8 new car launches. January itself has been action-packed, with Toyota introducing the Camry's midlife facelift and the Hilux pickup. Skoda has already launched the Kodiaq facelift, and Audi too is scheduled to introduce the new Q7 SUV. What remains to be seen is if the ongoing crisis will push manufacturers and dealers into a corner, or will the buyers remain to be at the receiving end of remorse. A TOI online report.